Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentleman, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentleman on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. Tonight, everybody, we start our tapings for 4 straight episodes, a month's worth of Superstars of Wrestling. We're going to try something different here, everybody, for time purposes. We are going to tape one show, record one show at a time here per episode, so as not to make these shows last too long. All right, the IZ Center is not where we ran. It was not even in existence at that point. In real life, the WWF was running the Market Square Arena that night. I looked it up on Cage Match. It was the Market Square Arena for Superstars of Wrestling tapings. All right, let's take a look at our absent workers. And it's really nobody but who we expected now. Injuries. Stud's going to be out for over a year. And no big deal. Exactly what we expected. We have everybody that was out, even though I had set quite a few of them incorrectly. They are all back. So we're ready to rock and roll. And hoochie coo, everybody. Ooh, Scott Casey got into it with Jimmy Hart. Oh, he antagonized Jimmy Hart. We are fining Scott Casey once again. Strongbow and Mancini are doing their thing with that protege connection. And here we go. Ricky Steamboat is once again helping out Scotty Williams. That Ricky Steamboat, he's an all right guy. You know that? All right, let's take a look at our card for this evening, everybody. And it is a big card. I've added dark matches to be realistic also. In the dark matches, we're going to see Bam Bam Bigelow and the Bolsheviks in action. Going on to the main card, we're going to see Ron Bass in singles action. The Rougeau brothers are going to be in tag team action. Luscious Johnny V is going to wrestle. The one-man gang is going to make his television debut here, everybody. Paul Orndorff is back in action. He's going to be battling David Stoudemire. And in our main event, everybody, we are going to see Bob Orton Jr. and Magnificent Muraco against Hillbilly Jim and Hulk Hogan. Yeah! We're going to adjust this right now. Hillbilly Jim and Hulk Hogan. There we go. All right, looks more professional that way. We're going to see promos, of course, because promos were a huge part of Superstars of Wrestling. We're going to see the Rougeau brothers cut a promo. Johnny V is going to cut a promo. The one-man gang is going to do some talking with his manager, Slick. Paul Orndorff's going to cut a promo with his manager, Bobby Heenan. We're going to see a Hulk Hogan and Hillbilly Jim promo. And everybody, we are primed and ready for action here. So with that said, let's get to booking. Here we go. Costello versus Bam Bam Bigelow here in our opener. And of course, it is a dark match. And I will indicate that by having it say dark. And this is realistic, everybody. The WWF always ran dark matches before TV tapings. So here we go. Here is Costello, and here is Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam has got some time yet before he's going to make his TV debut, and Bam Bam is just racking up those wins around the circuit and getting exposure. So here we go. Bigelow with the win. Up next, we have a tag team dark match. And who do we have against the Bolsheviks here? We have Flanagan and Sharp against the Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks, of course, are Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zhukov. Here is Tommy Sharp, not to be confused with Tommy Short. That's right, they're the same person, but the game doesn't know that. That was corrected in version 10.1, which is what most of you are playing. I'm still playing version 10 here. All right, so we have Dick Flanagan as the partner of Tommy Sharp. And here we are with the Bolsheviks. And we are going to have newcomer Boris Zhukov get the victory for his team here. After Shiki got fired, Volkov was doing the singles thing for a little while, and then they brought in Zhukov from the AWA, stole him from the AWA, partnered him up with Nikolai Volkov, and I think they were a pretty good team. I've heard a lot of people blast Boris Zhukov's work. I thought Boris Zhukov, for a guy his size, was pretty good and was a bump machine. All right, we're going to have Billy Anderson against Ron Bass in the opener here, and things are not going to go well for Mr. Anderson. And here we go. Billy Anderson. Here he is, the outlaw. Ron Bass. Ron Bass with the W here, everybody. The outlaw gets his win. Big dude. Good wrestler from Florida. We just made him a big contract offer here. See if we can't lock him up for a little while, like the WWF did for real. Personally, I think Ron Bass was very underused in the WWF. I think they could have done some more with him. He was a very talented guy. All right, the Rougeau brothers are up next, and they are going to cut their promo. It's been a while since I've done TV recordings, so I got it down for 5 minutes. So here we go. The Rougeau brothers cut a promo, and they are in a feud. So they cut their promo on the new Dream Team. And I'm almost 100% certain that on Superstars, Gene Okerlund was the host, but we're going to double check here. There's Ray. Remember, I got it written down here, everybody. Commentators, there we go. All right, so let's look it up here. Superstars of Wrestling. No, interview host was Craig DeGeorge. See? Good thing I checked, huh? All right, here is Craig DeGeorge. These two are based on entertainment, and they are talking about Greg Valentine, Dino Bravo, and here is Greg Valentine, the Hammer. Pretty good feud between these two teams, off screen, and booked. There we go. Up next, we have Barbie and Mirto versus the Rougeaus. They're going to go 3 minutes. So here we go. Here's Dave Barbie, bad dude. Big bad dude. Right, here's Dave Barbie. And here is Joe Mirto. Joe Mirto was no small dude either. He was a big dude. The Rougeau brothers were a very good tag team, everybody. The WWF got them out of Quebec. And in my opinion, they had it all. They had great psychology. They had great chemistry, being a brother tag team. And they were like cats in the ring. And they were not small dudes. Like, they looked small back then. Smaller. But the Rougeaus were big guys. All right. They're still on a babyface streak here. They haven't made that heel turn yet, and they won't for a while. All right, Johnny V. The hated. Johnny V is going to cut a promo here. Is he getting 6 minutes? He is. All right. Johnny V cuts a promo on Brutus Beefcake. And these two have a feud that's going to continue here. And here is Johnny V. He's talking to Craig DeGeorge. And he is talking about Brutus Beefcake. A lot of people don't realize how big Johnny V was in the WWF and WWF with his faux brother tag team with Jimmy Valiant. I believe they were at least one time World Tag Team Champions, maybe two times. Johnny V was decent in the ring. Eventually, he left the WWF, I think, in early '88. Ended up going back to the AWA and managing there. Okay, so up next here we have George Skaaland. And he is going to wrestle Johnny V. And George Skaaland, of course, is the son of Arnold Skaaland, who was still an owner with the WWF at this time. Had a percentage of the partnership. I take that back. He was bought out, and I think he had a lifetime job deal. Yeah. I actually did a show on YouTube, and you can look it up under Spotlight with Brad Drake. I actually did a full show on it, so you can look it up. I break down with all the information that was available to me if Vince McMahon ever actually bought the WWF, if he ever actually paid anything for it. And it's my belief, based on everything I've read and the research I did, that McMahon never actually paid anybody for it. His dad bought out his partners, and then Vince McMahon was on a payment program with his dad, but he was paying his dad out of company profits. So I don't really see how he bought it. And then his dad passed away. Did he then proceed to pay his widow the payments, or did he just take over the company? I think he just took over the company. So here we go, the big debut of One Man Gang. And the gang is going to cut the promo here with his manager Slick. Here's Craig DeGeorge hosting. Gang was a big dude, and good wrestler. And I can remember being a kid and hating his guts. All right, here's Mendoza, Gustavo Mendoza, against the One Man Gang. They, of course, are going to go 3 minutes in this battle. And One Man Gang is, of course, going to get a victory here in his debut. And One Man Gang is a guy I think was a little underutilized in the WWF. He kind of had all the goods. He had size. He could move like a cat for a guy his size. I would have liked to have seen him do more house show runs against Hogan. That kind of stuff. I know he did some. Just feels that he was underutilized. And then, of course, they turned him into that weird Akeem the African Dream thing. Very strange. Couldn't do that one today either. No way. All right, Paul Orndorff is going to cut a promo. And we are going to see how he does without Heenan directly involved. In real life, Paul Orndorff was a good promo, but we never know in this mod how things are going to be. Here's Craig DeGeorge, and this one is booked. All right, up next, we are going to have David Stoudemire against Paul Orndorff. We already know that Paul Orndorff's numbers are low. They also have him showing his age. So here is David Stoudemire. Here is Paul Orndorff. And Orndorff's going to get the win here. And while we're here, right now, that Paul Orndorff picture is terrible. That's the one from the promo picture for Survivor Series 87. That's why it looks so funny, because he's got other people standing around him. All right, I like the 86 one. That's what we're going to go with. All right, that one is booked, everybody. All right, we're coming up to our main event here. Hogan and Hillbilly Jim are going to cut a promo. And watch how I work this to get the biggest score possible. Here is Hulk Hogan. Here is Hillbilly Jim. Here is Craig DeGeorge. They, of course, are talking about their big main event match here against Bob Orton Jr. and Don Muraco. Magnificent Muraco. These two are off screen. Hogan is going to be the only one rated here. All right, that should maximize our score. And here we go. The big main event here, everybody. And they're going to get 14 minutes. And we have Orton and Muraco versus Hillbilly Jim and Hogan. Hillbilly Jim and Hogan tagged up quite a bit. There's Bob Orton Jr. Here is Magnificent Muraco. Here is Hillbilly Jim. Here is the Hulkster. The man is on fire, the Hulkster. And Hulkster is going to get the win here, everybody, without a doubt. All right, we are at our max, 65 minutes. We're ready to rock and roll here, everybody. Let's see how we do. All right, Costello and Bigelow. Bigelow gets the win with that power bomb. 59 overall, everybody. Not bad. Bigelow continues to improve in popularity. The Bolsheviks get the win here. Look at that. Zhukov and Volkov get themselves 73 each, 53 overall for this match. Lots of green here. Green equals money. Hey, look at that. Flanagan and Tommy Sharp showed some excellent chemistry together. Bolsheviks get the win with that double body slam. All right, up next here, we're on to the main card here. Billy Anderson and Ron Bass are going to lock horns here. 46 overall. Lots of green. Green equals money. Ron Bass has a 72 individually, and that's a good sign for Ron Bass. All right, a little bit of red text of doom here in the Rougeau brothers promo. I had a feeling this one wasn't going to be the greatest, but they get a 54 overall, and the feud continues. 65 overall here as the Rougeau brothers dominate here. 85 and 75, great score for these two. And they win with that really cool maneuver they did called La Bombe de Rougeau. So the Rougeau bomb. All right, here we go. Let's move along. Johnny V gets a 60 promo here with Craig DeGeorge. And again, that's not the end of the world either. Not a bad promo. He continues his feud with Brutus Beefcake. Ooh, this one's rough. This one's rough. Lots of red text to doom here, everybody. Johnny V gets the win with that elbow drop pin. 51 to 39 somehow nets us a 30. Not good at all, everybody. Not good at all. Is Johnny V showing his age? He's not, surprisingly. All right, up next here. One-man gang. All right. Gang, new to the territory here. 54 on the promo. Lots of green. I like it. Not bad at all. Here we go for Gang's in-ring debut. 54 and a 43. And the Gang nets us a 36-year overall. The Gang's got to get out there working, and that's how he's going to build up his popularity. So lots of green here with a little bit of red text to doom. But what are you going to do? All right, up next are Orndorff and Craig DeGeorge, and Paul Orndorff gets a 67 for his promo, which again is not terrible. Maybe next time we'll have Heenan on Entertainment with him and see if that jumps up the score on that promo. All right, Stoudemire against Orndorff here, and Orndorff only scores a 64 on his own. Stoudemire at 21, we got a 43 overall. And let's check our dirt sheet here. And yeah, we got problems. This manager thing is BS right here. And declining physical ability. Declining physical ability isn't unrealistic. He did have the bicep injury at this point. But I don't know. I still think Orndorff was pretty impressive. All right, up next here. Whoa, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. And this may save the show. Our big promo here with Hogan and Hillbilly Jim scores us a 100. I expect this main event to have an outstanding score also. The only thing that's going to hold it back a little bit is going to be Hillbilly Jim, but you have Orton and Muraco that were excellent in the ring at selling, and Hogan that knows how to feed off that selling. So here we go, 86, everybody, for our main event. Even Hillbilly Jim got a 72. That's because of popularity. We're in Indiana. All right, let's check our takeaways here. And consistency. Not bad at all. Our show should still do well here because we are weighted on the main event. All right. So we got a 39 increase we got an increase in 39 regions, 88 overall. Good stuff. That's the way you do it, everybody. That is the way you do it. All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody, for this show. I may add even more dark matches here, especially if we're going to continue doing this, just one episode of Superstars per YouTube episode. I think it makes sense to do it that way. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, as always. For those of you that are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel, what you think of us so far. Do you like this WWF save? Do you want to see it continue? Let us know. Let me know, I should say. I'm the only one checking it. You can find us on social media, facebook.com/group/1987supermod. You can also find us over on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW 2020 Friends. And don't forget, everybody, we are also on Discord under 1987 Supermod. You can also get the Supermod on Patreon, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. For only $5 a month, everybody, you'll not only get the Supermod, you'll not only get all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free, you will also get access to all of our spreadsheets and a lot of really cool stuff that you're not going to find anywhere. What is that stuff? I don't know. You have to find out for yourself. We continue to grow on Patreon. People enjoy our Patreon page. So check it out today, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.